can you tell us some advice for some founders, for creators on your marketing? Because you have been super active on Farcaster, you have great memes, and it feels like that's your marketing strategy. So can you tell us how you think about this? Is this something like you just do for fun, or do you actually see it working to attract people to Hypersub and whatever you're building?
Yeah, it was the former and then the latter. So it started off, I mean, when I joined Farcaster, there was like 600 users. It's like really small. So it was fun, like I mean, I just thought it was funny to post memes and to make people laugh, and so it just wasn't that serious. One thing I did take seriously is having a distribution channel, and a marketing channel. So for the longest time, I mentioned I just kind of worked as an operator. I was a freelancer. I was like behind the scenes. I didn't really, I was not active on Twitter, didn't care about that. And then when I founded Fabric, I knew like, okay, you have to have a channel. You have to have a megaphone somewhere, because how else are you going to get the word out? How else are people going to hear about what you're doing? If you're not sharing it, nobody else is going to share it for you. And so I remember thinking like, okay, I need to be active somewhere. And so I created a Twitter account, was trying to tweet, and it just felt like a black hole. It felt like I was just shouting into the void. No one noticed, no one cared. Felt like it just was nothing. And then I heard about Farcaster from Dan on Twitter, DM'd him, got an invite. And then within, I think the first thing I ever casted, there was a bunch of replies and likes, and it was like, and when I say a bunch, I mean like 5.
Yeah.
But it felt like, oh, okay, I'm heard here. And there's other founders, there's builders, investors, people doing cool stuff. Like, okay, I'm going to commit to this. It's small, but if it grows, I'll grow with it. So that was kind of like a bet that I made. And also too, it was more fun to me. And so that was a bet that paid off. Like Farcaster's growth has been extraordinary. And by being early and being very active, I have benefited from that growth. Like I've grown as a result. And so that's caused me to obviously take it more seriously. But the memes, I feel like, are a check on that. It's like a way to not take it too seriously. And I think that's a risk that everyone can, it's a trap that everyone can fall into, whether you're a musician, a writer, a founder, whatever it is. It's important not to take yourself too seriously. And so I like posting memes because they make me laugh, they make other people laugh. But to your point about marketing, one thing I've noticed is that there's like karma is real, and you get back what you give. And if you help people, people will help you. And so what I find is like, I feel like I'm the court jester. I make people laugh. And I think people like me because of that, and they want to help me. And so when I post Fabric things or Hypersub things, like we just announced this accelerator program, the response was like overwhelmingly positive, and I think there's something cosmic, there's some karma thing there where you putting good vibes out there, you're making people laugh, you're supporting others, you're helping founders behind the scenes by making intros and so on. And then when it's your time to say, hey, I'm putting work out there, people reciprocate. It comes back. So part of it is a calculated marketing strategy, and then like part of it is just trying to make people laugh and have fun on the internet.
Yeah.